These are the sharks. 5 powerful self-made investors worth billions. Tonight, they will make or break the dreams of hopeful entrepreneurs. In the tank, the sharks are ready to invest using their own money, but only for the right person with the right idea.
We put all our blood, sweat, and tears in that company.
Don't cry about money. It never cries for you.
In the worst economic time since the Great Depression, the sharks are the last chance for entrepreneurs to get the financial backing they desperately need.
Good evening and welcome to Shark Tank, the academic Outcast edition. I am Bethany and this is my fellow shark, Dr. Jennifer Baby Bottoms. Dr. Jennifer Baby Bottoms made her millions by investing in this new product called the Surgeon's Burqa, which is a mask that entirely encompasses the surgeon's head except for a small screen around the eyes in which he can see what he was doing, and it prevents any hair, any facial hair, any head hair from falling in open wounds.
Thank you for that introduction. And this is my colleague, Bethany, who made her millions by manufacturing millions of useless plastic products in third world countries.
And tonight we have with us Dr. Chagomas.
Hello, I'm Dr. Chagomas, and I have 3 PhDs. I have a PhD in physics, epidemiology, and floral arrangements.
Well, Dr. Chagomas, welcome to Shark Tank Academic Outcast Edition.
Thank you.
Now, what is your research pitch you have for us tonight?
So I would like to conduct a study on Chagas disease. Chagas disease is a highly infectious disease. So the disease itself is caused by a parasite, and this parasite is carried by a kissing bug. So people are infected once the kissing bug bites a person, and the feces of the kissing bugs are laid within that wound.
That's just gross.
It is.
So what are you proposing to do? What kind of study are you proposing here?
Well, I would like to conduct a case control study so
But
that
don't you mean case comparison?
it's case control.
Let's talk about this for a second.
All right, ladies, let's move on. Just call it case control comparison studies.
Okay, so I would like to conduct a case control study in order to find out really what is causing this high rate of Chagas disease. Because we find that the prevalence in South Texas is 270,000 cases. In fact, 1/3 of people who are infected with this disease die.
That's serious.
Yeah.
Very
So
serious.
I'd like to find out what's causing this disease. What's going on here?
Well, doesn't the bug cause the disease?
Yes, I mean, which risk factors contribute to the more likelihood of contracting the disease?
Oh, okay, we see. All right, so what are you actually going to look at in your case control comparison study?
Comparison study.
So, first I will collect all my cases from 10 high-risk counties, and within those same hospitals, I will get my controls, and then I'll look at 3 different measures. I have the demographic, socioeconomic, and environmental exposures. So the demographic being, your typical age, gender, ethnicity, acculturation. Socioeconomic being your income and your education level. And then the environmental exposures, there's a whole list of those. But whether you are exposed to livestock, if you live near livestock, what type of housing you live in. And then we'll also ask the participants to look at a picture of the bug and try to identify if they've ever seen this bug before or not.
Do you really think that they'll be able to identify the bug just looking at a picture?
Well, in fact, there have been many studies that have done this exact same thing. One study in particular found that 78% of infested houses were able to correctly identify the bug.
Ugh. Well, this is all just very creepy. Now, wait a minute. You said a minute ago you were going to match with hospital controls, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
Well, aren't you aware of Bergson's bias?
Looks like some sharks did their homework. Yes, but I feel that by using hospital match controls, we can easily identify appropriate controls. We can limit Bergson's bias because Chagas disease is an infectious disease and not a chronic disease. And then the other reason, by using hospital match controls, we can actually look at those environmental exposures that I talked about before.
Okay.
Okay. Well, how do you analyzing the data from this very complicated study?
Yes. Well, I plan to build a multivariate conditional logistic regression model and test this using goodness of fit method.
Well, I've got no idea what that means.
Neither do I.
Okay.
Well then.
That's why you hire a biostatistician.
Well, here's the big question. How are you going to spend this money that you are asking us to invest?
Yes. Well, the $3 million.
$3 million!
Please, the $3 million will be put to great use. First, we'll collect all the blood samples of controls and send those samples to the lab to make sure they really don't have chagas. We'll got to get our field interviewers and train them appropriately, and then they'll go out and collect the data itself. And then we got to pay off the participants and reimburse them to thank them for taking part in our study.
Pay them off? That sounds terrible. Is that appropriate?
Participant reimbursement. It's for compensating them for their time, for filling out our questionnaires.
I don't know about this. What do you think, Dr. Baby Bottoms?
I need to know what the profit margin on this study is.
Profit? There's no profit here.
Zero profit?
Zero profit?
What we're gaining is a lot more than a profit. We're helping out Texans and humanity, and we can eliminate Chagas disease.
Now wait a minute. We've had a lot of idiots on the show with some crazy ideas and they don't make very much money, but a 0% profit margin, we've never heard of that before.
Just think about it, you're making the world a better place.
We're gonna have to think about this one.